What's up, Savvy Expats? We are with the man Lou, hailing all the way from Florida. What's up, Lou?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Lou, it's good. Finally made it out. Guys, this is a very special property tour for me because Lou and I have an interesting background story. We actually met about 3 years ago, would you say? So in the early stages of my channel, before this service, Lou and I actually linked up in BGC 3 years ago. And it's so funny, we were having Starbucks coffee together, and this guy is like, you know, Evan, you should start a relocation service here in the Philippines. So I have to give credit where credit is due, because everything with after transitioning 65 plus expats out here, I gotta give credit where credit is due to the man Lou, so I appreciate that. And as for now, we're gonna show you guys around, because Lou, you've been hopping from Airbnb to Airbnb, right?
Yeah, man, like a damn nomad, but yeah.
How has that been for you?
Annoying.
It's annoying. It
It's
is.
cool though, you know?
Yeah.
You see different properties and stuff.
Absolutely. I think the hardest part about it is just kind of you're shelling out money so much in the early stages, and so that's why we're on this property tour, is to find Lou his dream condo in the Philippines, and so that he has a long-term place that he can call home. So let's do it. All right, guys. So for the first unit of the day, walking into this unit, this is actually a brand new unit, has not been previously tenanted, so that's very nice on one hand. As you can see, everything about this furniture is completely new, very well furnished, and it pretty much has everything that you would need. So on the right hand side, walking in, you have a decent amount of countertop space. As you guys already know with the previous videos, majority of kitchens in BGC are relatively small compared to the States. But on the left side, we have the fridge, brand new microwave, brand new fridge, and then also a brand new stovetop that hasn't even been broken in yet. She also, the landlord that I just met, very kind lady, also had the courtesy to add in little things like a crock pot and a little toaster oven as well. So here we have the 4-person dining table, very nice decorations on the right hand side, all recently renovated. And then straight ahead we have a very simple living room with the couches, coffee table, and TV. Straight ahead past there is the balcony. And a nice addition to this unit, as you can see, is also the countertop and little bar style arrangement here. If you have guests, it'd be very nice. Maybe add some whiskey, some wine over here, and then also there's a coffee maker as well. If we turn over to the right, here we have the master bedroom. Nice little queen size bed, lampstand, and then even a space for you to work as well. Closet space, and here we have the bathroom. So something I like about this building, same building that we got one of our previous clients, Michael, moved into, is everything here is brand new. It's one of the newest buildings in BGC. And with it being the newest building in BGC, of course, the prices are a little bit higher, but also this unit or this building is a little bit more exclusive, and it's situated within a prime location in one of the top cities in the Philippines, in BGC. So overall, very nice. As far as the details go for this unit, the asking price is 95,000 pesos per month, or a little bit under $2,000 per month, roughly around $1,800 per month for this one-bedroom unit in a prime location in BGC. Another nice addition to Park Triangle residences in BGC, if you have a family and you're bringing them out to BGC, which, as you guys know, is probably the most family-friendly city in the Philippines, is right across. You have access to the top international schools in the country, International School of Manila, ISM, and BSM, British School of Manila, right across from the building. So you wouldn't have to like do a long transport or commute to drop off your kids at school. You could literally walk with them to school and drop them off, which is also a very nice addition to Park Triangle residences. And then the unit owner of the unit that we've just looked at, the first unit of the day, also has a second unit right beside the first unit we looked at. So this is a neighboring unit right next to it, and this one is a studio type unit. As you can see, the kitchen is right here upon entry, decent size for a studio. And then here we have the bathroom. Thank you, sir. The bathroom is very spacious. Everything is brand new and renovated, so you wouldn't get like a outdated style bathroom. Nice finishings here. And then straight across we have a 4-person dining table, and on the right hand side is your living room. For a studio type unit, I gotta say, guys, because the majority of studio units in BGC are like extremely small and cramped, this actually feels very homey, especially because it's newly renovated and the furniture is a good quality compared to what you normally find in these smaller units in BGC. Another addition to this is, you already know with studio units, it can feel like cramped. That's why they added in this like barn style door right here, so that you can separate the bedroom from the living room. So here we have the bedroom, and then a view facing towards Serendra and the rest of Manila straight across from you. So that is the studio type unit that this unit owner also has. As far as the price goes for this unit, she's charging 55K per month for this unit. That's roughly around 1.1K per month, or about $1,000 per month with the current exchange rate. But Lou, my client, he actually asked her for the lowest price that she can go, and she's offering potentially 47K, which for this sort of unit and this sort of building is actually not bad. So 47K per month, under $1,000 per month in the heart of BGC, not too bad whatsoever. Something that Lou might have to consider. All right, two absolutely gorgeous units, very well furnished, brand new, haven't been previously tenanted. We're gonna go back down, take a look at some more options for Lou. For this unit, these two units that we looked at, Lou, what were your thoughts on them?
They're beautiful, man. I mean, you can't beat it. I think it's probably the best building in the whole, BGC. So yeah. I mean, we're definitely gonna look around and see more, but I'm definitely impressed.
It's hard to beat this building, and what initially interested you in this building is because my previous video with Michael that moved in here. I think just as far as the furniture goes and how brand new it is, it's definitely hard to beat.
Yeah, that's nice.
Absolutely. So Lou is just asking me a very crucial question that a lot of you guys might be wondering when it comes to transitioning out here, which is how to get post-dated checks. If you guys aren't aware, post-dated checks is how the majority of landlords actually ask you to pay rent out here. So in order to comply with the rental requirements, you would have to get those checks, because paying out here for your rent versus in the States is very different. And so I was just telling Lou, the way to get post-dated checks, thank you, is obviously we'd have to open up a bank account for you. And then once the bank account is opened up, we can then get those checks so you can comply with the rental requirements out here. That, in our experience after transitioning 65 plus expats out here, is actually something that's very important and is required. 90% of landlords require this, so we have to get an ACR card, but all in all, that takes about 2 weeks. All right, a little bit of postcard debrief. Lou, what were your thoughts on those two units at Ayala?
The units were beautiful. You can't really say too much bad things about it. It's brand new. I think whoever moves in there is gonna be the first person that moves in that unit. So I can't really complain. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Based off of all the units we looked at, would you say those are the best units so far?
Cream of the crop. Everything's brand new. You can't beat brand new.
You can't beat brand new, and I think it does have a brand new price tag for the first unit, 95K per month. Our other client Michael got in his unit for 65, but it's hard to beat that location in that building. So definitely. Let's go on to the next one, guys. So Lou was just asking me like what exactly I do for our expats, because last we talked, it was like 3 years ago, and he just gave me advice to start a service like this. But to answer your question, Lou, the full A to Z process, so like airport pickup service, finding a rental like what we're doing with you, visa, bank account, and healthcare. All right, so guys, here we are at the next condo, Times Square West, and we'll show you guys what's up here. All right, Savvy Expats, and for the third unit of the day, this one's a little bit closer to Uptown Mall, so also a decent location. So this unit is 40K per month, and the terms is 2+2, meaning 2 months deposit and 2 months advance. And so as you can see, there is a 3 to 4 person dining table here. A little bit smaller than the other units that we looked at, but very simple. Lou wanted something very simple for his condo, so this is 40K per month, roughly about 800 USD per month, a little less than that. Here we have the living room, balcony, and then the kitchen is right over here, very minimal, with a washing machine, cooktop, and then the fridge right over here. And here is the bathroom. I think the power box is off. Here we have the shower. And then going past the living room, here we have the master bedroom. As you can see, a lot of natural light that comes into this unit. Little queen size bed, little desk space there. And then let me show you guys the balcony, which is a little bit smaller as well. Decent view, overlooks part of BGC on the left hand side. And if we move forward here in the very front, Rockwell is there. and the rest of Makati skyline you get a view of as well. As you can see, the wealth gap of the Philippines is very evident. This is just like the edge of BGC, and then you see the next biggest business district in the Philippines, Makati, straight across. So that is the unit, 40K per month, roughly 800 USD per month. All right, so upon speaking with the realtor, she can go a little bit lower, 39K per month. Do you have any thoughts on that unit?
It's pretty good. I like it. But,
Yeah.
I'm really looking at triangle.
Triangle Residences. Yeah, Triangle Residences was definitely a nicer unit, but that one was really minimalistic. I think for the other unit, Triangle being like 50K, 55, it's worth paying a little bit more for a higher quality unit in a better location. But yeah, we're just cutting our options for today. Alright, so FB expats, and now we are on to the next unit of the day. This is in a building called Tryon Towers. Fun fact, I actually lived here for like the first couple of years of my life in the Philippines. And so this is very nostalgic for me, but yeah, now we're doing viewings for somebody else, for my clients. Alright, and so for the next unit of the day, here at Tryon Towers, as you can see, this one is a little bit smaller than the first units that we looked at. Here we have the kitchen area here. Obviously, they're gonna put they'll put a stovetop here, microwave below, and then walking straight ahead, as you can see, there's a 3-person dining table on the left-hand side, fridge on the right-hand side. Walking straight into the living room, we have a simple couch, coffee table, and TV. I'll show you guys the balcony a little bit later, but as for the only and master bedroom, queen-size bed, little closet space here, not a bad size. And then also, because this is a corner unit, you get a view of the rest of BGC. Right over there, that was actually Ford Strip, a very iconic bar and party spot, but they tore that down. They're gonna add in more residences closer to High Street. So decent view. And then as for the bathroom, very simple. A little less up to date than the other units we were looking at. As far as the price goes for this unit, it is 35K per month for a long-term lease. However, because it's to come with a washing machine, they actually lowered it down for Lou to 33K per month. So that's roughly about like 600 USD per month, which is probably on the lower end of as far as price of what you get out here in BGC. So it's more affordable at 33K per month, a little less than 600 USD per month. And let me show you guys the balcony. So here is the balcony. You could actually put a coffee table up here, sip your morning cup of joe overlooking BGC. Straight across over there is a Manila Polo Club. Millions and millions of pesos for membership out there. Very expensive. And then, as you can see, over there is the Philippine Stock Exchange. So location-wise, very close to High Street, good location, and a decent view. And then as for the rest of this unit, on this side, here we have just a little bit of storage space right here. Another little nice amenity about Tryon Towers is behind me over there. They have a coffee shop below, as well as a barber shop as well. So that's very easy and accessible to you. Alright, Savvy Expats, so that is a wrap on our viewings with Lou. I hope that this video gave you at least a better idea of what you get out here in BGC and for what price point. At the moment, Lou does like Triangle Residences the most, so when he gets back from Thailand, we're most likely going to draft up a letter of intent for him, negotiate the lease on his behalf, and get the terms that he really wants. If you guys are looking for a service like this, just with what Lou got for getting moved into his ideal condo, or not even just that, but also the whole A to Z process to get you transitioned here to the Philippines as smoothly as possible, so that you're not experiencing all the pitfalls such as getting skin taxed, overcharged, scammed, or missing any points in the process, then feel free to book a call with me in the link in the description down below. We'll draft up a game plan and we'll see how we can get you out here with this sort of assistance. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this video and we'll see you in the next one. God bless.